We have been bombarded with foundation releases, skin tint releases. It is that time of year where makeup is just dropping left and right. It can be hard to keep up, know which one you should get, which ones, if you can skip them all or if any of them are must-haves. So I have got 7 of the most recent skin tint foundations, ranging from matte to dewy, from sheer coverage to full coverage. I'm going to tell you which ones I think are best for which people, if any of these are even worth your money, or if you can skip them all. We're going to take a deep dive into these foundations. I'm going to put every one of them on my face to let you see how they look on the skin. I'm going to tell you the pros, the cons, the price, the shade range. I'm going to give you all the information that I can so that you can decide if any of these foundations are going to work for you. So let's get into it. I have 7 new foundation drops in front of me. I have been trying all of them. I have worn them over several different days in several different ways, and I have fully composed my thoughts, and I would like to share them with you. I'm going to start from the ones that I like the least, and we will finish with the ones that I like the most. Coming in at number 7 is the Gucci Glow Skin Tint. Now, it pains me to have this in 7th place because this is probably the one out of all of these that we're going to talk about that I was most excited about. I was so looking forward to this skin tint. I love Gucci as a brand. Their powder that came out with this is fantastic. I have and love that. Wear it all the time. Very impressed with it. A lightweight tinted skin moisturizer that provides up to 24 hours of hydration for an all-day healthy glow and a flawless, barely there finish. This is $59 for 1.35 ounces. It comes in 20 shades. It is formulated with hyaluronic acid and bakuchiol. It comes in a squeezy tube with a tiny, precise little dispenser. I love the packaging. I love that you get over an ounce. It does come in 20 shades. I've tried this product several different times. Sometimes it looks beautiful. I wore it the day before yesterday, loved it. Today I put it on in this video and it was so patchy, so uneven. I couldn't get it to blend. It was accentuating any dry patches that I don't even realize that I have. Some days it performs beautifully. Other days, it's a complete disaster, and you don't know what you're going to get. Not a reliable formula whatsoever. It is incredibly disappointing. I just can't get behind this. I do not recommend it. I think for $59, there are so many better products on the market. So unfortunately, this one comes in last place. I can't remember if I said my shade in this. I have 17 Fair. I'll pop a photo of the shade range up. It is very, very light leaning. Like there are mostly light shades and then, 3 or 4 dark ones. So very skewed shade range. Formula is not great. This is an easy skip, in my opinion. Next up is the Armani Golden Hour Lightweight 24-Hour Skin Tint. This is also formulated with hyaluronic acid. There are also 20 shades in this range. The price for this one is $49 for 1 fluid ounce. It comes in a squeezy tube with a pump. I love the packaging on this. It is like my favorite skin tint packaging. I have the shade L3. This is a skin tint that immediately plumps, smooths, and illuminates skin, delivering buildable coverage with a weightless texture and glowing finish. My issue with this is it has denatured alcohol as a 4th ingredient, and because of that, I feel like it accentuates or produces dryness on the surface of my skin that I don't notice with any of the other products. It's such a thin, sheer formula, and it's so invisible on the skin that for it to do that, to cause that type of issue on the surface of my skin, it's very unusual. I can't say with 100% certainty that it is because of the alcohol. I'm just saying typically products that have a high alcohol content cause that issue on my skin. This is the shade right here. This is L3. It is described as a light warm olive. To me, it is not olive, it's orange. It's more orangey than olive in my opinion. So while I can see this working well for many different people, many different skin types, just because it doesn't work for me does not mean that I think it's a bad product. I've seen several people review this and love it. I'm just not one of them. I just have incredibly sensitive sensitive skin. Typically, foundations or skin tints that have a high alcohol content do not work for me. That's just my skin, though. I'm not saying that that's how it's going to be for everybody. That is just how it is for me. If you have the same issue where you use a formula that has a high alcohol content in it, as the day goes on, ends up looking drier and dehydrating the surface of your skin, then I would maybe skip this one. It's not my favorite, and it's not one that I will reach for or use. It wears fine. It's very sheer, so there's not really much to wear away. It's just as the day goes on my skin, it does end up looking worse. So that one's an easy skip for me. If you're like me, that's an easy skip for you. Next up is the Makeup by Mario Surreal Skin Natural Finish Foundation. This isn't one that I dislike, just to be clear. This is just where it falls in the ranking because I like the other ones better. But this is a nice foundation. This is the least expensive foundation that has released by a whole dollar. This is $48. The Armani is $49. You get 1 ounce. It does come in a glass bottle. This is a foundation, whereas the other two were skin tints. This comes in 32 shades. It has a very nice shade range. It's a makeup artist owned brand. I expect nothing less. You get several options of undertones and depths, and I just think it's a beautiful shade range. I think it's very inclusive, and I think it's a lovely formula. This is a foundation with a natural finish and weightless medium coverage that smooths and blurs for a second skin effect, provides all day shine control and up to 16 hours of hydration. So the reason why this one isn't higher up for me is because it is probably the heaviest looking on the skin, not including the two that we just talked about that I didn't like. But out of the ones that I like, this is the heaviest looking on the skin. It looks the most makeup-y. That doesn't mean it looks makeup-y. It looks the most makeup-y. I hope that that makes sense. It's just that the others that are ranked higher look more undetectable on the skin. This has a lot of coverage. I would call it a medium to full coverage. You need very little of it. It blends out beautifully. It really does wear incredibly well. My shade in this is 3W. I could probably do 2W, but this is the one that I picked up. It is a very warm tone shade. I do feel like it oxidizes. I do like this. I do. I think it's a beautiful foundation. It's just a little much for me. It's not my favorite. I have these others that we're going to get into I like more, but I do like this. If you are looking for coverage, if you don't mind something that sits slightly heavier on the skin, and I'm talking slightly heavier on the skin, then I think that you will probably like this one. I don't have a complaint about it. I just like the others better. So next up, and this might come as a surprise because it surprises me that it ranks higher than the Mario. It is the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish Foundation. This is the new reformulated matte foundation. It is described as a full coverage. This is a 3D matte, not flat, blurring foundation that delivers up to 24 hours of full coverage and shine control. This comes in 36 shades. It is an excellent shade range. It is $49 for 1 fluid ounce. It comes in a glass packaging with a pump. The shade that I have in this is 5 Warm. This is too deep for me. When I went to purchase this in store, they did not have a lighter warm tone shade. This was the lightest warm tone shade that they had in stock. So I went ahead and purchased it for the purposes of this video so that I could do a roundup. I like this though. I will keep it and I will lighten it up with another foundation that happens to be too light. As you can see, my foundations run the gamut when it comes to depths. The most important thing to me is undertone. I can make this one work because the undertone is excellent. This is a beautiful warm tone shade, no pinky peach inside. The reason why this surprises me is because it is a matte foundation. It is a full coverage foundation and it is a long wear foundation, yet I like it more than all of the ones that we talked about so far. This is not typically the type of foundation that I go for. However, this looks so good on the skin that it has to be ranked as high as it is. It's gorgeous. Matte, full coverage, but it looks undetectable. 10 times magnification, it is invisible on the skin. You need the tiniest amount of it, and it is full coverage. It provides excellent coverage. If you want flawless airbrush perfected skin in a bottle, this is the one. It's not the kind of foundation that I reach for on a daily basis. However, it is the kind of foundation that I like to have in my arsenal for when I want to look flawless. Some examples of when I would want to look flawless: if I'm wearing a red lip, if I'm doing like an intense smoky eye, if I have an event, if I'm going to something where I need my makeup to last and I need it to look perfect. This is what I'm going to reach for. It does not settle into lines. It doesn't make me look older. I am 52 years old, and this is a matte foundation that I can wear that doesn't age me. So it has to be ranked above all of the other ones. I think it's really, really good. Okay, now we're into the top three, and these are my favorites. Like, these are all so good that they're kind of interchangeable. Not really. The top two are going to be interchangeable. This one is definitely third, but it's a high third. I really, really like this foundation. I reach for it so much, and that is the Natasha Denona High Glam Foundation. This is a foundation that the first time I got it and I put it on, I did not like it. And then I realized you just need such a small amount. It's so much coverage. It's a beautiful full coverage foundation. This comes in 35 shades. It's almost as expansive as the Makeup by Mario. This is $52 for 1 fluid ounce. It does come in a glass bottle with a pump. It has this soft touch cap, matte glass packaging. It's a unique shape. I really like it. I have no complaints about the packaging. This is a medium buildable hybrid blurring and self-setting radiant serum foundation that hydrates and balances oils for up to 18 hours of creaseless wear. So the claims on this are wild. And what's even wilder is, to me, it meets all the claims. It delivers on all of the claims, which is unique in the foundation space. And what I mean by that is that it is a glowy, medium coverage. To me, it's like medium to full, buildable, crease-proof, blurring, long-wearing foundation. It's unique in that respect. The thing that I would caution with this foundation is just to use less than you think that you should. I always use very little foundation. With this one, I even need to use less than I use. You know what I mean? Like half a pump is enough for my entire face. This wears so well. It doesn't settle into lines. It is beautiful on mature skin. It's hydrating. It's very long wear. It looks flawless from morning to night. I have zero complaints about this. I think it is a stunning formula. It's only third because these next two, I just like them slightly better for whatever reason. In this foundation, my shade is N2, and N2 is a perfect shade match for me, which is unusual because usually I'm a warm tone, but this is a beautiful neutral that does not run peachy pink. I love it so much. Second place out of all of these is going to be the Tom Ford Architecture Radiance Foundation. I have mine in the shade 5.5 Bone. This has a rather lengthy description, or at least the one that I can find is rather lengthy. This is liquid light and a weightless serum-like formula, a unique blend of skincare actives featuring hyaluronic acid and oils to nourish and hydrate. Queen of the Night protects and strengthens the skin barrier. Niacinamide helps enhance skin radiance. Dimensional light diffusing powders create a soft lit from within look. SPF 50 helps protect against UV rays. Skin looks more radiant over time. This is available in 40 shades. So this has the largest shade range of all. This is $95. However, it's on sale at a lot of retailers. If I can find it on sale, I will link it below. In the old foundation, I was 1.5 Bone. The naming conventions have changed. It does come in a beautiful, luxurious glass bottle with a pump. I love the look of the foundation, the packaging. It's beautiful. I love the formula. It's so good. This is by far my favorite Tom Ford foundation that I have ever tried. I typically don't get along with Tom Ford foundations, but this one is so good. It's so beautiful on the skin. It is glowy but blurring. It is very long wear. The shade match is impeccable. It's a truly neutral warm tone shade with maybe just a touch of green, which is perfect for my skin. It wears well from morning to night. It does not settle into fine lines. It is a lovely formula. The only reason why this is not my number one, honestly, this one and my next one are kind of interchangeable. I just couldn't put this one at number one, like the tippy top spot, because there's one reason, and it's the scent. It's very strongly fragranced, and it's a unique scent. It's something that lingers. So just be aware, if you do not like scent in your foundations, this would be one to skip. You might prefer the next one that we're going to talk about. But I absolutely love this. I think it's a stunning formula. I think that Tom Ford did a fantastic job. And not only did they reformulate and release a gorgeous formula, they reduced the price. How often does that happen? It's still $95. To be clear, this is still so expensive, but it's less than it was. That makes me happy. Coming in the number one spot, I bet you've already guessed it, is going to be the Victoria Beckham foundation drops. They're so beautiful. They're, again, incredibly expensive. However, if you have mature skin, if you have dry skin, if you need something extra, this feels like skincare more than makeup, but it covers. It has a lot of coverage, more than you're probably expecting, more than I expected. For some reason, I thought this was going to be, probably because of the packaging, more a skin tint level of coverage. It's not. It's a foundation. This is a foundation. It gives you a foundation level of coverage, foundation level of wear. It's gorgeous. This comes in 19 shades. You get 1 ounce for $110. So this is the most expensive foundation in this roundup. However, it is in partnership with Augustinus Spotter. His skincare range is incredibly expensive. It contains his proprietary ingredient, TFC8. So it has skincare benefits. The claims on this are outrageous. I will pop them up here. 100% of subjects had significant improvement in skin elasticity, skin moisturization, and a decrease in lines and wrinkles. It delivers key nutrients to skin cells for renewal. It's a buildable serum-like formula that disappears into the skin while disguising imperfections and evening skin tone, designed to be undetectable with a natural feel finish that moves with your skin. I agree with those claims. I think that this is beautiful. I think that when I first got it, I was a little kind of taken aback because it wasn't what I expected. I expected like skin tint. I don't know why. It's not. It's a foundation. It is an incredibly nourishing foundation. It feels so good on the skin. It's something that you can put on and you feel like it is nourishing your skin. It is what I am wearing right now. I have on the shade 3. I did purchase shade 4. Shade 4 is a little too deep for me, especially coming into the winter months. So why do I have this ranked above the Tom Ford? I think that the finish on the skin and the appearance is pretty similar. I think that the Victoria Beckham sits a little more like skincare, like a very thin serum rather than a makeup product. It has similar coverage to the Tom Ford, maybe slightly less, but it doesn't have a scent. You can smell the ingredients, but it is not fragranced, and it does not have sunscreen. I have mentioned before that I like to choose my own sunscreen. I think that most people also like to choose their own sunscreen. I'm not saying that you should rely on your foundation for your sunscreen, but in most cases, I prefer it just weren't there, so I could just use what I want and not worry about any reactions, flashback, or anything like that. That's just me, though. That's just my personal preference. I'm just explaining to you why I have personally ranked the Victoria Beckham above the Tom Ford. I think that if they have a skin tone match in the Victoria Beckham, the shade range is very limited. To me, there aren't a lot of undertone differences in the shades. I think that there are more depth differences, and from what I gather, looking at the 2 shades that I have, the undertones are similar in all of them, like they're all neutral. That's just my experience based on the 2 shades that I have and based on seeing people wear this foundation. Most people are going to be neutral, I guess, so that works. What I will say about this is it's incredibly adaptive. This is shade 3, Fair Light. Tom, Hope Mess Tom, they're also shade 3, and they are lighter and more neutral than me. It just goes to show that the shade range is quite, I feel, adaptive, which I know is impossible. Listen, I'm 52 years old. I know that they say, oh, this will adjust to your skin tone. It never does. But I do feel like this adjusts to my skin tone, and it is a perfect match, even in broad daylight, which, looking at the shade, is wild to me, because to me it looks very pink. This is all of the shades, and I'm trying to get close to the camera. I'm so sorry that you're practically seeing the veins through my skin, but I just want to give you like an accurate color, because sometimes the light can, make things look lighter or darker or whatever. But Charlotte Tilbury 5W, Gucci 17 Fair, Armani L3, which is supposed to be olive. It is not at all olive. This is the Makeup by Mario 3W, Natasha Denona N2, Tom Ford 5.5W Bone, Victoria Beckham 3, Victoria Beckham 4. Here we go, up close. You can see how gross Gucci looks. So there you have it. Those are my thoughts on all of the new foundation releases and skin tints. Let me know if you've picked any of these up and what your favorites are. Have you tried the Victoria Beckham or the Tom Ford? I know it's crazy expensive, but it's undeniably beautiful on the skin. It just is. It gives you just this soft focus, healthy, hydrated, plump look to the skin that to me is worth the price tag. But we're all different, right? You can get the same look with something else. I hope that that was helpful. If you liked this video, please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I would love to have you here. Everything that I have on my face will be linked in the description below. My shirt will also be linked because I look at the shirt, girl dinner. It's got some sparkle here. Look at the plate. It's like mandarin oranges arranged to look like a lion. And I'm a Leo, so I love it. If this shirt is still available, it is selling out quickly, but if I can find it, I will link it below. Thank you so much for watching this video. I will see you soon in another one. And until then, please take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.